Hello, my friends. How is everybody? Let's roll the intro, shall we? All right. So we are all set on this end. Let's try and set this up. Oop. That's not what I wanted. All right. Hello. How's it going, Box? What's up? So we'll give it a couple minutes. I think the little one wants to come down here and take a look at everything. Hey, love your vids. Thank you very much, sir. You bring that all the way upstairs? Otherwise, you can't be down here. You got to bring it all the way up. It's not that hard. All the way up in your room, not in the hallway. What's happening? So we are live on all platforms right now. We are live on Twitch, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, on my Facebook group, on my Facebook page. So if you guys are not following on there, go ahead and hit the follow button on, especially on the YouTube. That's my big one. Is that the new giant Anycubic I'm seeing in the background? Yes, it is. That is the M3 Max, which we are testing some speed settings on there right now. So right now it's got a failed print because I was a little too eccentric with the speed settings. So yeah, we need to turn it down just a tad because a little too fast for it. So how is it? So the M3 Max has been so-so lately, but I think it was partly due to it was the month of April and temperatures were fluctuating a lot. So we've been having some major issues with that printer, but hopefully now that everything is nice and warm here, we'll be okay. I got the Mono X and want one of those so bad. Is this the Dragon? Yes, it is. So we're going to give a couple minutes to get some people in here, and I'll start tackling this in about, 3 minutes, 2 minutes or so. So what's happening? The Apprentice 2021. What's happening? So yes, if you guys do or do not know, we are live on all platforms. Do you like the Creality LD006? I've never actually used it. But all Creality resin printers have actually been pretty good. I haven't really heard too many horror stories. I have been having issues, which you can't see it because it's blocked by this thing. But right behind this print is the Creality Hellet 1 Plus, and it's been not that great. I finally got a print to stick on it. I've out of 20 or 25 prints-ish, I've only had 3 actual prints work. And oddly enough, Carl let me know yesterday. He's like, man, just anything that's supported doesn't work on it, and that's true right now. So we'll have to see. How long do you think it will be? I'm guessing at this height and everything, probably 11 feet. So right now it is 13 inches from top to bottom right now. So do you use other printers? Oh, I'm missing. There's too many people going here. What's happening, everybody? Sorry if I miss your question. Please ask it again if I don't answer. Do you use other printers as well, like PLA printers? Yes, we actually have this same Dragon going on a brand new printer we just unboxed on my YouTube channel called the 10Log D3 Pro. It is an iDeck, so it's dual extruder. And essentially that's what we're printing this one on, but that's going to take 201 hours because dummy me forgot that it was set at 25% infill. But even if it was at 15% infill, we're only taking 50 hours off of it. So, you know what, I just let it fly and call it a day. So it'll be black and rainbow when it comes out. So it'll be interesting colors to see. I have one, but can't seem to get my support settings right. Are you talking about the Hellet 1 Plus? Because I'm right there with you, bud. We need to do some tuning on that. Are you going to sell it or keep it? I mean, if somebody wants to buy it, yeah, I'll sell it. I'm sure my daughter will want it, but Yeah, we'll probably end up selling it, or maybe we'll do it as a giveaway. I don't know. What's up, Larry? How's it going? Thanks for joining. I'm just kind of chatting with the people right now. All right, so it's 8:05. We got some people in here. Yeah, go ahead and share this out to everybody and get it all set up, and let's go ahead and start taking this off the build plate. This is going to be fun because it's got a huge base on it. So we're going to have to tip this down. But one thing I wanted to show you guys is that it does already start giving away. So it's very flimsy. So that's why there was some banding on some of the supports here, because we were using a little bit lighter supports on it. So I've had much more successful prints on the M3 Max using Shitu Box now. Yeah, so I've been using the Shitu Box profile for about a week and a half. And I'm currently working on a speed setting for it. So hopefully by the end of this week, this upcoming week, like Friday, I'll have a tuned enough profile where I feel it's okay, but I'll still put the disclaimer on there that, you know, there's a possibility that it might destroy some fat for a screen, just like I did with the Mega 8K. But so far, so good. We've gotten down printing time to about 6 hours for a print that says in Photon Slicer that it's going to take 8.5 hours. So we're already under the estimated slicer time in Photon Slicer, and I'm already happy about that. So, but Photon Slicer, the thing that I hate most about it is the support settings on it. So, you're going to use a heat gun. You know, let me pull this up so I can read this a little better. It's kind of hard to read on this small phone here. Hello, everybody in the other lands of the intranet, the YouTube, the Twitch, the Twitter. Continue live. Ah, there we go. Now I can actually see the chat. That's much better. Mucho gusto. Now I can actually see your guys' chats. Let's see what's going on here. All right. Let's go back up here. Oh, wow. Yeah. Kind of random, but do you know any resins that are lighter weight than most? I mean, just hollow out the print and do an ABS resin if you're worried about it. So what's up, Nonstick? So about resin prints, do you remove supports before or after? I usually... So it depends on the print, but most of the time I'll remove it. I'll remove the supports, wash it, and then cure it. I never ever cure before I remove supports. Never have, never will. If I do the other way, it'll be I'll remove it from the print bed and then I'll wash it and then remove supports. But since this is kind of flimsy already, this should be pretty easy to remove right away. So. But yeah, go ahead and share this out to whoever, you know, let's get it up. Let's get this stuff up here. Your supports need supports. Yeah, especially for this one, because the like I said, this is Frozen support settings. So they're like a mix of medium and light. So they're nice, but for something like this, you should probably have something a little bit heavier duty. Ever used on the Creality. Let me see if I can expand this a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Ever used on those Credulity mill printers? Those are super cool. I don't know what those are. So am I going to use a heat gun? Absolutely not. I'm not going to use water. I'm not going to use heat gun. You guys are going to see me in all my glory just taking them off as I normally would. I rarely use the water trick or heat gun trick or anything like that. How much did that print cost? Well, technically, this print only costs about $10. And the reason for that is the resin that I used is One resin, and I got a deal on it. This is actually expired resin, and I got a deal on it where I bought 20 bottles for $33, and I used about 4 bottles of this, so about 2 kilograms of resin. And well, I think it actually came out to be like 3.5 bottles of resin, but there's still probably 700 milliliters in there, maybe more, in that vat, probably 1,000. So in actuality, it's probably more like 2.5 bottles or 2.5 kilograms of resin. So in reality, in real talk, resin wise, that would be 40, 40, and 20. So yeah, 60 bucks for this. So not bad, not terrible. Let's call it 80 at the max, just to do placement of alcohol and everything. So what's up, Nonstick? What's up, Kelly? How's it going? Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're gonna get this all set up here in a second. I'm just trying to catch up on chat really quick. I use water all the time. It's a hassle. I'm looking forward to this. Oh, Creality mill printers are the ones that look like a treadmill. Oh, okay. So you're talking about the CR30. Yeah, I have not used one of those. I've seen those printers back in the day before Creality did anything with it, and they looked really, really awesome. But they serve pretty much two purposes. One is for mass production, the same thing over and over and over and over again, which you can do that really with any printer. You just have to do the right G code and make sure everything's set. But the other thing that they're like star shine for is weaponry for like cosplay and things like that, or just making swords, like large things, large guns, things like that for cosplay. So yeah, that's not bad at all. I agree. But like I said, in all reality, this was about $10 worth of resin in my costs. So so a belt printer, and I think he said he doesn't have one but wants one. Yeah, I mean, I might get one. I was supposed to get one from a Creality rep, but hey, I'm not holding my breath on that still. What's up, Carl? How's it going? We are on TikTok. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube. So if you guys want to go to hit up Akuma Mods on all those platforms, go ahead and give them a like and a subscribe to it. That would be great. I have an MK3S, but I want to buy resin. Yeah, I have an MK3S Plus or whatever the new one is. Still sitting in the box. I got to unbox it. Yeah, one of those are super cool. I've always wanted to see one in action. I forgot the guy's name on here that uses one. I gave up on resin print, 2 kilograms of resin, and only had 4 successful prints. Well, if you still have the printer, Wicked, let me know. I'm here to help. I bet you I can get you printing within the first day. I guarantee it. Oh wow, that's a lot of supports. Yes, it is. With the dragon this big, yeah, you kind of need that. I want to make full swords with piecing together. Yep. Is it easier to remove than the FDM? Absolutely. But my FDMs are probably, my supports are probably dialed in just as good. So maybe these a little bit easier to take off of, but not too much. I use Simplified 3D, and I don't use any tools. This tool is only to remove this from the build plate. So Zoltan, just seen your video, over 800 sales. Congratulations. Wow, that's awesome. Heck yeah, man. I'm printing Mjolnir right now, and I had to print in 5 pieces. I could probably print a Mjolnir in one go here. Maybe I'll do that next. So making a dragon puzzle box at the moment, a 5-day print. Yeah, so I have another print like this on the FDM printer. It's probably about a week worth of printing, 201 hours to be exact. God knows how much that actually is going to be. But anyway, let's get at this and get everything situated here. I should probably move this out of the way. So we're gonna hit that. Move that. I got glasses on. All right, so this is the fun part, is removing this. Now, the key to this, you might see a lot of people have issues with this, removing the plate. Now, I usually generally don't use a raft, but since it was a larger print, I wanted to make sure that it stuck to the build plate and everything. So, yeah, I use my trusty scraper. This is from Epax 3D when I got my Epax E10. And these are the best scrapers I can possibly have in my arsenal for resin printing. So, how heavy is that? Well, it's pretty heavy. I'd probably say a good 6 pounds, maybe. Maybe. But that's with the supports and everything and like wet resin and whatnot. So, yeah, this shouldn't be too hard to take off. We just need to get up around it. Get up, get busy, busy. Gotta move your body. I just gotta be careful because I don't wanna break it. Sorry if my head's in the way. And there we go. Release from the plate, perfectly fine. No real dried resin in there. I mean, there's some residue on it, but that's to be expected. We'll throw that back on here. All right, now the fun part. Now I have to dry off my hands a little bit so I can move some things around, but I'm basically going to set my my garbage can right here so that way you guys can see everything. So I got to turn these cameras. All right, so there's one turned. And I'll turn this one so you guys can see it. I'm sorry it's a little crooked. All right. So let's see here. Let's just catch up on chat. A new print head. You know what? I do have. Where did I put that? I just had it out here the other day. I don't know what I did with it. I had my scale out here. I don't remember what I did with it. I want to weigh this before we get it all said and done. Where, oh, where did I put my scale? Where, oh, where can it be? There you are. The question is it going to weigh? That's the $1 million question. Because it is a huge print. I think it's hollow. It is not hollow. It is a solid print. So, yeah, this is... so there's two ways to go about resin. You can do hollow or you can do solid. And I figured, why do it hollow? There's more chance of it cracking, especially because it's standard resin. So I'm going to print it solid. So that's what I did. Printedsolid.com. Actually, that's not too heavy. I'd say that's probably like 2 or 3 pounds. Let's see if we can try and get a weight on here. Yeah, that's not heavy. All right, so pounds, since we're in American wise, it is 5.68 pounds worth of resin. So essentially that is, let's look at kilograms. So 2.579 kilograms. So again, I was pretty much spot on, 2.5 kilograms of resin. So a little bit over, but not bad. So yeah. So this is all of about two and a half bottles. So like I said, about $60 worth of resin here. Not too bad. I can deal with that. So that's coming way off. Yeah, the M3 does adhere quite ridiculous, and I think it's because of the screen on there, or the screen that's like overdoing it. So Samuel would love to see resin printing. Sultan, I want to buy one so bad. Oh God, your cam freaked out. Yeah. Does resin printing create a lot of fumes? To an extent. So I run about 13 printers down here. I usually run about 5 at a time, and I have a tower fan essentially. It's just out of view here, and that's all I run, and I run it on a low setting. Now, if I ran all those, okay, I would definitely do that. So, 2.579 kilograms of resin. So this is going to be fun trying to take this off. So we might have to like put this in the garbage and do it like that. Unfortunately, I see how I can try and do this. This is just ridiculously huge. All right, well, I guess we'll just have to start pulling things, huh? And yes, no tools, no tools. We're just going to use our hands. Our 5 fingers of death punch. We start at the top here. Now, I will say that we might have to use tools because with these supports, they might be in between the actual prints, but we'll have to see. Carefully. So I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. I got to try and angle this a little better. All right, that's a little better. All right. Hype. Hot water? Nope, no hot water. We're just going to use old school tactics. That's all. So what I'm going to try and do is break it away from all these big, huge supports. And I am expecting some sorts of failures on it because, like I said, these are kind of a lighter support. So I'm not expecting the greatest look out of this, but it should be pretty good. Come on, let's get those likes up, baby. We're only at 1.8. Come on now. By hand, be careful. This is how I do everything. Can you hold it up? I need to get more people in the stream. So this is 2.5 kilograms of resin. 2.6 to be pretty much exact. All right. God, you're rough with that. It's all right. It's not going to break anything. The print itself is made to be thicker than the supports are. So, and yes, by hand. So one nice thing, and I'm going to plug this company. I'm not affiliated or anything, but Venom makes these gloves. And these are probably the best nitrile gloves I have ever used. Like, I used to use these blue ones that my wife would give me, and I would rip through them so easily. These things hold up. So, I hope that was good enough time for you, Ben. I'll hold it up there for you. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the shares. It's bigger than my head. It absolutely is. It is 13 inches tall, this entire print right now, as it sits. And yes, like I said, no tools. No tools are going to be used here. Just the giant tool that's taking it apart. Hey, late to the stream. What inspired you to print this stack of dragons? So I was actually challenged by a TikToker. Oh, we killed it! There goes an arm. It's all right. We can salvage that very easily. So yes, I already failed. But here's the crazy thing, okay? Should we just start pulling it up? Told you. Was that the other arm? Yeah. So I kind of figured that the arms weren't going to print very well. So that's right. You know what? This is the old design. I forgot to mention that. I should have printed the new design. This is the old design with the stick inside of it. So the arms might be the one part that does not print. So what's up, Virgil? How's it going? Yeah, I totally forgot that this was the old version. I should have printed the new one. So the difference between the old one and the new one, the old one is basically a center bar, and with it being supported, it's not going to print right because it needs to have supports on the inside of the actual model, and it's kind of hard to do that and not have it fused together. So, oh well, not the end of the world. We can always try and reprint it or get it all set up again. Now this is where it gets tricky because we're starting to get into the thick of the supports. Ah, we killed it. It came apart. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so we already killed it, Ben. I failed. I have failed this city. Let me see if I can move this down a little bit for those who are on. There we go. Hopefully that works. Okay. Yeah, so we already killed it. We can fix it. It's actually very easy to fix this, especially in resin. Let me rip out some of these center supports so I can get inside here. It is a very, very big dragon, though. Huge. Like, that already is about 1.5 of the normal Cinderwing dragon that we just pulled off. So, but don't fret. We still have the, that took all of 29 minutes. Yep. 29 minutes in, and let's see how many people join. We got 54 people on here right now. That's awesome. You want to see the FDM Dragon? I'll show it to you guys when I'm done taking all this off, but we still got quite a few days to go on that. So, point of view, you're watching Ben's video. Can you give me a shout out? Sure. What's up, Hudson Masters Chini? I don't know how that is. I broke it.
Really?
Yep. It's all right. We're still going to try and salvage a good portion of this. And then, of course, we got to do some smaller support cleanup, but for the most part, we need to get it out of here first and foremost, out of anything. That is a thick boy.
And then we're having the smaller one on the...
No, that's the same size.
Oh?
Yep.
Hopefully it's going to be
It's a 200% dragon on both FDM and on resin. So the resin failed. I'll be honest, I was surprised it didn't fail more. The reason being, like I said earlier, is I got a deal on this resin, and it's expired resin, so it really shouldn't be working very well to begin with. So I kind of expected it to be a disaster anyway, but I'm surprised it held up as well as it did so far. So thank you for all the likes. Thank you. If you guys can, go ahead and hit that follow button. Every little follow helps. I am trying to get to 10K. If we get to 10K, I will do a resin printer giveaway.
And hopefully I'll be there.
Thank you for all the follows and the likes, everybody. Too kind. Even though I just asked you to. This is getting crazy.
And I think if that's expired resin, the FDM might stand a chance.
Well, the thing is on the FDM printer, that is Amazon return.
Oh.
100K likes. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. Come on, we got 100 people in here. Let's go. We gotta remove some of these supports because they're getting way in the way. I'm gonna have to like deep clean my arm here. Once I'm done, I'm gonna have resin all over it. Thankfully, it's just minor contact. I came from It's Boy in Space. Well, thank you very much, sir. Like I said, we are on Twitch, we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, all under the Akuma Mods name. So we're getting pretty good so far. Only got a couple more rows to go. What, we're 34 minutes in? That's not too bad. I'll be honest, I expected it to go a little bit quicker than this, but that's fine. We'll take it. I have a FlashForge Adventure 3. Awesome printer. I might actually be getting one of those soon to do some reviews on, but we'll see. I haven't heard anything back from them. So just to give you a heads up, you know how I said these gloves were awesome? Yeah, though that dragon is very, very sharp and not one puncture on these gloves. These gloves are awesome. I absolutely love them.
The FDMs are a little bit duller.
We have 104 people in here. You guys are awesome.
100K likes on this video or in the total?
No, we're not even close to that, but we're up to 18K. Let's go. Hang on, which printer? Which printer what?
Which printer are you giving away?
So I might just buy a new set for somebody. A starter set. Who knows? Maybe I can get a Anycubic Mono X starter set. If we get to 10,000 subscribers on TikTok, we get to 10K, I will do a resin printer giveaway.
Okay, how many have you gotten so far?
So I got 134 people, 138 right now.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for coming in and watching the disaster happen.
Yes, hi. So how many likes have you got?
Look at my name on the upper left on the phone.
23.8K. So you want 10 at mil or 10?
No, we want 100 on there. Hey, please say hey to me. My name is Kenzie. What's up, Kenzie? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Absolutely, always here to shout out and help people grow. Go ahead and follow Kenzie. Follow Cole. Follow Hugo. By the way, your 3D printing for noobs group has helped me so much. Glad to hear, and that is what I strive to do the most, is help people with their 3D printing issues, problems. Maybe not me personally, but that's what my group is there for, to help out everybody. 3D printing for noobs. Can you please say hi to Brianna? What's up, Brianna? How's it going? You should do a chunky Charmander as big as you can get. Ooh, we could definitely do that. I would probably do that one hollow because that's going to be insanely heavy. Can you please have a shout out? Allie is very swaggy. Are you going to make a video that shows the finished product? Yes, I probably will once I get it all done. Like I said, I don't know if I'll do an entire cleanup of this tonight or on the live stream, but we're going to at least get it all out of this disaster. And who knows, maybe we'll try and reprint. It only took 27 hours, roughly. So it took a little over a day. So maybe I'll put some I'll add some flex in there, you know, from Monicure 3D, and we'll get it to work this time.
So that would be 27 hours a day and 3 hours.
Yep. Can you help with print shifts? I can help. It all depends on your printer. Go ahead and just contact me. I will do my best. I'm not saying I can fix your issue, but we can at least get you all situated. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you. Let's try and get that that 10K mark. Let's get to that. I just sent 300 likes. Wow, you guys are awesome. How do resin printers work? Essentially, you start from a liquid, and the sun, a UV ray, turns it into a solid. And that is how resin printing essentially works. We're 70K away. It's a big shot. Hey, we could always stay on here a little bit later if we need to. I'm always willing to stick around and hang out with people. Akuma mod speed setting. It's a day and 3 hours. Yep. This is getting...
Couldn't you have used less supports?
Probably, but the chances of failure probably would have been very, very high. But who knows? We might, like I said, we might revisit it, and I might do the newer version of the Cinderwing Dragon. Because, like I said, this version, I forgot, is an older version that I have. I have the original version, so it's not as nice on the prints. This is where it's gonna get fun. This we might actually have to use some magic, some mojo. My birthday is tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, Hayden.
Happy birthday!
Did you make a speed profile for the Mighty 4K? No, but I can. You know what? I have never even thought about that, but I do have the Mighty 4K sitting right next to me. I will definitely have one for the Mighty 8K once I get one, whenever they decide to start shipping them. My 80% took 2 hours with the supports I used. This is awesome. Are you OG? I don't know. I guess. I think next time we're going to have to make this a little bit farther away from the raft here. This is no bueno, my friends.
No bueno. No bueno. Nada bueno.
Buenos noches.
Buenas noches.
Are you close to being done? Yeah, pretty close.
52.
We broke the tail.
Oh, whatever. Whatever. That was a fail.
No worries.
That was a fail print anyways. So we're at 53.
Don't break. It already is broken, unfortunately. We already lost. We lost the challenge. Now we just need to rely on the FDM side to push us through to the finish line.
Yeah. See which one's better. Amazon Return or Expire Resin. Because if this breaks into a million
unfortunately
pieces,
have to resort to some tools here, maybe.
Hopefully.
You are very cool. Well, thank you. How many likes for you to be my dad? It's already broken. I'd be devastated. I'm not that worried about it. Like I said, in all reality, this is about $10 worth of resin. So, oh, I finally sliced it open. No worries. Yes. Okay. Make sure she's got stuff on.
Yeah, she does.
Okay. What?
The little one is coming.
And you can fix it. Yes, I can fix it. I'm gonna wreck it.
You want to say hi to
Tools. Hi, sweetie.
Look at the phone.
You're just in the phone here. They can't really see you on that.
Yeah, they can't really see you on the live stream.
Why are you wearing gloves? Because it's resin.
Yeah, resin. According to him, is
resin is not very nice to the hands.
Dad.
What?
I thought you changed my hair.
Yeah. Hey, you know what you can do for me?
What?
You can say, follow.
Hello.
Say it loud. Say, follow.
Follow.
So poisonous. Yeah, it is.
Do you have gloves on?
The child.
Oh.
Say, like and follow, everybody.
Like and follow, everybody. I say that.
Yeah, you did say that. Thank you very much. I would give you a high five, but my hands are filled with this, so don't touch anything, okay?
Ooh. Are you printing that one?
Yes, it's the same one, baby.
Oh, Like the rainbow dragon.
My daughter has already claimed the FDM one, so just FYI. You'd have to pry it from her cold dead hands to get it from her.
You have 1 and 2 and 3.
I do have other ones. Less than 40K. Wow, we got 64,000 likes. You guys are awesome. Hey, sorry I'm late. Sniper, what's up? No problems, man. We already failed. We did fail, I'll be honest.
Where's her
So.
face? Where's
What,
her
isn't
face?
poisonous these days?
Where's the
Resin is
dragon's
poisonous. Yes.
face?
I know, but it's
Where's
one of
her
the
face?
What is
The face is over there.
Oh.
All right, I broke them in half.
I plan to pose.
No,
What
it's
isn't
not
poisonous
there.
these days? Yes, I agree. Literally, look at any cleaner that you have in your kitchen cabinets or your downstairs or whatever. Name number 4. Well, technically, I'm not 100% ruled out. I still have the FDM dragon going. So, look at that. That was super simple. Did we get everything taken off? We got a little bit at the tail
You
end
have
here.
1 like on this live stream.
We got 1 like on the YouTube live stream. What's wrong? Come on now. 3.5. Yeah, there you go. Not 100% in the water here. Say like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
All right. I lost a foot. I lost the other foot. Oh my god, this thing is ridiculously huge. Oh my god.
It's taller than me, probably.
All right.
Oh no!
Hey,
You
no,
missed
don't touch,
her.
don't touch, don't touch. You know not to
This
touch.
is probably taller than me.
You
Dad.
missed her.
Oh, this is
leg.
definitely taller than me. I'm
You
guessing it's
missed
going to be
her
about 11
leg.
feet. So, I think I
How
found
many
the other
of
foot.
the regular crystal dragons will it be?
Sent 376 likes. Thank you very much. That is awesome. Sent 123 likes. Awesome. You are awesome. Isn't resin bad? Yes, to an extent. Once it's cured, it's okay. So, but we're definitely gonna have to clean up my hands after this right away.
What is
That's a
2,
print.
3. 710 likes.
So we have 78,000 likes. You guys are awesome.
Oh, hey, Hayden's. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Can you give me a shout out? Hayden's Rivenath. Hayden's Rivenath. Hopefully that's right, bud. I'm terrible with names. I can barely pronounce mine.
Matthew. That's your full name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Bill. That's a base for it.
Base for what?
One of the prints. That print right there.
Oh.
Hello, hello. Everybody saying hi to you. Send 835 likes. Wow, you are insane.
Less than 20 likes. 20,000 likes needed.
You guys are awesome.
We're very close to the giveaway.
Giveaway.
Yeah. The 100K.
There's no giveaway for 100K.
You
All right.
said something about
Yes, 10,000 followers. So, what are you going to say? Don't forget to like and follow?
Don't just like and follow.
All right. So, we're pretty much done on that aspect. I'm going to clean my hands really quick. I'm going to let you guys be. I'm going to grab another pair of gloves so we can work on some finer stuff. And then I'll show you guys the other prints. All right, watch out, guys. Don't touch it.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, you being the star of the show? Everybody's saying hi. You gonna say hi back?
Hey, I can't see you.
Nope.
You can't see you, Cheddar.
All right, so let's turn these. Watch out. You gotta back up here, honey. You can go ahead and play with that. You gotta back up. Back up. I don't want to run your feet over. Let's put this guy up because he's a little fragile. He's a little Italian. All right, guys. So for those who are on the TikTok, there is the dragon all set up and ready to go. For you guys that are on the YouTubes and the Facebooks and everything.
Dad.
What did your mom say? Okay.
Oh, that's Dad.
All right. 10K more likes. Don't worry, we're not 100% done here. Should I continue removing supports? Or should I just let it be and show you guys off the dragon as is and deal with the supports after the stream? I'll also show you guys the other prints as well. So.
Dad, did Sam touch anything that she needs her hands to be?
No, she did not touch anything. She touched everything that was here. She's good.
She didn't. She didn't.
Hey, don't touch that. Don't touch. Keep it going like I did. String it out. All right. All right. So I might have to reposition the camera a little bit here. What? Yeah, she's got prints. She touched prints that are already done. Those are good.
Yeah.
So your live froze. Say that again. Use hot water for the supports. So the supports are pretty much gone. It's just the little supports. Is it 11 feet? We'll have to see. So we might have to put you guys on the ground here. But let me see if I can try and get this all set up here. Get it to where you guys see everything. Let me swap the camera here. Watch out. Watch out. All right. We got to stop playing with these guys. I know you like playing with them. Here. You want one to play with? Because I know you broke your baby one, so here, you can have this one. No, you don't want it?
She wants the baby one.
Oh, you want another baby one printed? Yeah, I'll have to print you another baby one. I'm going to say 10 feet. About to hit 100K. That is awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yep.
Totally awesome.
100K.
All right.
Keep on having those.
Okay, so first off, I want to show you guys the coiled print that we're doing on the FDM. So let me switch this around. It still has quite a few days left to go, so I'm just letting you know that.
It's at 20%.
So here it is. It is 68 hours in and only 20% done. It is the same size. It is 200% up. And we are printing with black and rainbow. So it's going to be a very, very interesting combination of colors. But the supports are going to remove just as easy as the other resin supports. So.
Yeah.
All right.
A
So.
favor to ask of you. Can you print me a white one of these?
A white one of what? A white boo?
King boo.
King boo. King boo. All right. So let me grab
King
another
boo
pair of gloves. You gotta scooch over because I can't have you in this area right now.
Can I grab a pair?
Can you grab a pair of what?
Gloves.
Why?
Good. Yes.
I have gloves.
I don't have gloves that'll fit you, honey. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Well, if you want to try and put them on, that's fine. Dude, that's awesome than I imagined. Did you use the resin supports? No, I did not. No, but I should try that. That would be very interesting because not too many people have done resin supports on FDM. And awesome. We hit 100,000. That is awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
Again, don't forget to like and follow That would be awesome. Oh, thank you. That was beautiful. I didn't really get to see if anybody put anything over here. Simplified 3D FDM supports. That is exactly what that is. 100%. I love them to death. They literally tear away. I don't need I don't need any tools to remove those. I never have. So I kind of stole the supports. Not really. The guy gave them to me. But there used to be a guy that made helmets on some of the CR10 groups. His name was Ace, and he had an amazing profile for supports that were tuned in. So, oh, we got the little one with gloves, and the other one with gloves. So we're all prepared. We're good to go. All right. So here's what I need you guys to do: back it up,
Back up.
Like that?
because we're gonna roll out some paper towels so we don't have anything. So here, you take that. No, take the end. Take the end. Roll it out.
Tell me what this is.
I think that'll be good enough. Put it down on the floor.
Down on the floor.
All right. We're going to roll it out, and we're going to see how big it is.
This thing's gonna be massive.
Sniper, what's up? Let's go. Let's go. Did I miss it? Yes, you did. Unfortunately, Britt, you did miss it. It is a pile of disaster, unfortunately, but that was kind of to be expected since it is the the Everyone resin that I got. That is expired resin, so I wasn't expecting much out of it in the first place. But all right, hey, off, go over by Nikki.
Okay, stay
All right,
there.
so we're gonna roll this out and we're gonna measure it.
Okay. How many feet do you say is about?
This is ridiculous. Now, remember,
Holy
it's supposed to be
cow!
11 feet, but we scaled it up to 200%.
Oh,
So essentially, Sniper, the challenge that you gave me, I extended that challenge and doubled it. So technically, your original challenge is still not completed. So we could throw a regular size dragon on there and see if it actually works. That is 11 feet for sure. So I think we're going to do that next. I think I'm just going to print a regular size dragon on there and go from there. Oh my God, this is going to be long. All right, don't touch.
Don't touch. Holy cow! It's already moving around.
Oh my goodness, this is huge.
Oh,
Holy cow.
it's definitely bigger than this. So let's say this is about 1 inch, 1 foot.
You put 1 foot in front of the other.
Let's say this is 1 foot. It takes about 100.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and get this all set up here. Give me a quick second. Let me switch some cameras for the YouTube people. I'm sorry about that. Kuma Mods has forgotten us on YouTube. No, I do not. I swear. Let me get the video capture. Let me take off this. So we have the dragon right there for you guys on this side. So there it is. It is huge. Well over 6 feet for sure. So we have the tape measure. Nikki, put that all the way to the back there. Oh, and we forgot his tail. So let's put his little rock tail on here. Are you at the back? Or put it on that side, on the left side, towards you. Yeah, there it is. No.
We want it. Huh, Daddy?
Are you at the end there for it? Of the tail? Yeah? Yes, no?
Yeah.
You good enough? All right, so we're at 90 inches on that one.
Is how many feet?
Hold on.
How many feet is that?
Dad, it's my turn.
90 inches and 60. Thank you very much, honey. You got my helpers here.
90 and 60.
So 90 and 60. Come on, let me do some math here that I can't do in my head.
Oh!
90 equals 60 minus divided by 12.
I'm really that special here.
158 divided by.
Ricky, give me that.
That's 150 inches.
150.
So 13.3 feet. Well, thank you, Mr. Kanakistanian. So sent 10 times fire. That's awesome. What's your next print? So actually, my next print is already done. Would you guys like to see it? And it's actually by a member of my 3D Printing for Noobs group. She is also here on TikTok, and she just hit 1,000 followers yesterday. You can't math. Hey, well, join the club. 12.5. So it is 12 feet. So we're good. Yeah, try not to touch that, baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, 12.5 feet. But if you guys want to see the next print that is already finished, and I already have a video about it, that's a cool print. That's our vase mode, our unbreakable vase. So that is by some stuff called 3DRS Sidekick. It is a heavy-duty additive for resin. And yeah, I can literally...
It did.
Oh God, you guys fell. Yeah, it does more damage to my desk than the actual model. So, let's see the next print. All right, you want to see it?
It's the Deku scrub mask.
It is the Deku mask from Stephanie Holtzclaw. She is here on TikTok if you guys want to see some of the cool stuff that she designs and makes. There's more or less Zelda stuff that she has, but this is really awesome. Again, this was printed on the Frozen Sonic Mega 8K and came out pretty well. We did have some scarring issues here that I kind of fixed there a little bit. There was a huge gash right on the top there, but you can't really see it now because I took a Dremel to it. But yeah, that's essentially what it is. So,
Can I see?
what, you want to wear it?
Mhm.
Just don't put it on your face. Don't put it on your face. It's not 100% repaired. Upstairs. Your mother says upstairs, so it's time for you guys to go. Okay? Yeah, you gotta. It's bedtime. Hey, can I have my gloves? But everybody wants to say bye to you. You gonna say bye?
You need everybody?
What, I know you'd like to sit here and chat with everybody. I know.
Well, good night.
Good night, Dragon. That is ridiculous. This thing is insane. The dragon is done. Secret prints, meaning I need ideas. Hey, join the club. So I do have a couple other prints, but I can't really show them off yet. They're not 100% done, but we'll get to them soon enough. Hey, so can I see those? We're gonna take them off. We're all done. Oh, you want to wear them? All done. We're done dealing with that. All right. You gonna say hi to everybody? Come here. What do you need to say? Do you remember? Don't forget to like and follow. Can you say that? Say like and follow, everybody.
Like and follow. Hi, everybody.
Okay. So what everybody's saying is it's bedtime for you, okay? I know. It's terrible, isn't it? Hey, you know what? If you go to bed, I'll make you a deal. I'll throw on some baby dragons, and then you can have them tomorrow, okay? But you have to go to bed. Otherwise, no dragons. Deal?
Rainbow dragon.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do a rainbow dragon for you. Deal? You got to get up. You got to come up. I can't reach down there. I can't reach. Oh my God, it's Boy in Space just said. Oh, that's cute. Do you have a resin printer? Yes, he does. Okay, deal? Deal. Okay. All right, so you're going to say goodnight to everybody? Good night. Oh, we're going to be problematic here. All right, baby. You say bye. Okay, here you go. Good night, sweetie. As I hit my head on an Ender 3, it knows me. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. I mean, if you guys want to still chat and chill, 1,107,000 likes. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. That is incredible, insane. I would say I am devastated. I'm sorry, Sith Lord Grid. I'm sorry. I know I've been going away from the YouTube people, so my chair is dying and my hand piece that holds all the wheels, they're crooked because I'm a fat guy now. So and it needs to get here tomorrow because otherwise I'm gonna end up falling on my face. So what's happening? So if you guys missed it, we just took apart all the supports on that and basically cleaned up most of the stuff. There are some, small supports on there and everything, and yeah, that's pretty much what we'll do. What's your Twitch account? It'll be Akuma Mods _ Akuma Mods, I think it is. I don't know. I just did something simple. So, but for any of you guys that are asking about resin and you're like, oh, it doesn't hold up or anything like that. Holds up. Hold up. Wait. Now I will say this is straight like heavy duty stuff. This stuff is more or less meant to be additives. So, did the support succeed? Yes and no. I think they succeeded a little too good. Did you get the dragon? I just got here. Yeah, so this is the dragon. Unfortunately, it did break. But like I said, two things played a factor in here. First off, this is expired resin, so I wasn't even expecting it to actually print, and it did. I'm amazed. Throw it against the wall. Well, I don't want to damage the wall. How about the concrete? I can throw it against the concrete if you want. Oops. No damage. No damage. No damage. So just to let you know. Yes, resin does expire. It expires about a year after you buy it. Some resins do have the expiration dates on it. So just to show you, and I'm not just saying it for my own health, okay? This resin expired 8/19 of 2021. Okay? So not too far off. Well, I guess almost a year now. It expired almost a year ago, but yeah, essentially that's when it expired, is 8/19/2021. So we are using pretty old resin on this. So again, I'm surprised that it even printed. Can you see the dragon? Absolutely. That is the dragon in pieces. I'm not going to pick it up right now because I don't have gloves, but I can put gloves back on if you guys want. Once your print's finished, excuse me, once your prints finish, how long can you let it drip dry? As long as you want. My one buddy let his drip dry for over a year. Why do you need those gloves? Because resin is toxic in this form. It is toxic because if you touch this, so two things. It's toxic because when you touch this, it can absorb in your skin, and then it can give you sensitivity issues. And then on top of it, some people are already sensitive to it, so it can give you major rashes and everything like that. So How long will you go about the cure prices on that large of a print? So normal processes is I will put it in the wash for 6 minutes. And the Anycubic Wash and Cure Plus does an amazing job washing. And then we'll let it dry for a little bit, probably another 6 minutes. I use the 666 method. Yeah, I'm a sadist.
I want that Deku experience.
No, you can have it.
I want it.
So, what was I saying? I use the 666 method. So 6 minutes for washing, 6 minutes for drying, 6 minutes for curing, and that should be more than enough. Now, somebody was asking me how do I get inside of the like links. Well, if I can't get it in between there with the cure, Akuma mod wife hype. Is she still in here? Is she chatting? I didn't see. I just saw the last one. I didn't see her. But yeah, go ahead and follow her, even though she doesn't have anything. She's not a TikToker like I am. Anyway, so somebody asked me about curing it in between the prints, which if it can't get in there, then I will use a UV flashlight. So Akuma mods, that was quick thinking. Quick thinking what? But would parts of the dragon block other parts preventing curing? If that does happen, then you just switch it up for the next part if you're worried about it. You can cure it. You can over cure it if you want. It's not the end of the world. Once you do that initial cure, you're pretty good. But yeah, if you're worried about that, basically something like this is kind of hard to cure in a cure station like that. So I would suggest just putting it outside. That would be your best bet because it's so huge that it's easier for the sun to cure it in all lights. And if you want to go above and beyond, put it in water, set it outside in the sun, and what'll happen is the sun rays will actually hit the water, and it's literally like refraction everywhere. It'll get into everything. So if you're worried about parts not curing properly or anything like that, go ahead and put it in some water and put it out in the sun, and that'll be it. How much does the printer cost? The printer that printed this, shipped to your door worldwide to anybody, is about $2,600. Yes, that is very expensive. But you got to understand, if you sold these dragons, these 11-foot dragons, if you could actually print them, well, this one was 12 and a half, so it's bigger than the normal dragon. So that's the other thing. But if you were to print those off and sell them, you could essentially pay for the machine in probably less than a month time. And that's just doing these prints. Like, let's say you printed cosplay stuff, like this mask, okay? That mask you could easily sell for probably $60 to $80, depending on how good you want to get on it. And it's pretty much ready right off the build plate. Like, all you need to do is wash and cure it. That's it. So, thank you for the likes. Don't forget to follow. That's the one that means the most to me. But the likes do help as well. And I thank you guys for all of the likes. 111,000 likes. That is insane. I thank everything to Boy in Space as well for setting up this kind of challenge. And then Sniper actually challenging me to it. Even though he more or less challenged me on the FDM side. Again, we will print another one like this, just the regular sized one. So we're going to actually do the challenge that I was challenged at, which was the regular Cinderwing. But however, we need to get the newer print version of this, because this version, obviously there's some issues because it's a bar system, and that doesn't work very well for resin. Resin does have its limitations here and there. So where's my axolotl? We'll have to put that up tonight. I do have the mica powders. Again, shout out to It's Boy in Space for sending that to me. And I do have some other mica powders that I ordered as well. So maybe somebody asked me about the Sonic Mighty 4K. Maybe we'll set that up tonight, and then we'll print on that. Or maybe we'll just try and print it on here for once and get it. So, but yeah. Yeah, Ben, she's been bothering me ever since she saw that video. She's like, I want that. And I'm like, all right, I'll do it. Oh, help me pick something to print to sell. Help you pick something to print to sell. So anything that is video game related is going to sell very, very good. Anything that's anime related is going to sell very good. So if you're looking to getting into selling straight away, find a niche. Just like 3D printing is, that's probably your easiest way to get into selling something on Etsy or a website that you have, whatever it may be. And miniatures, dice. Dice is another big thing, especially for you resin printer people. You can make dice to have them molded. Case in point, I had somebody on TikTok who couldn't print it. He sent me some files to print his dice for him so he can make master molds out of it. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So, tiny baby dragons, yep. So I'm actually going to load up a tiny baby dragon on this printer, probably 2 of them if I can. Maybe I'll scale them down to 50% again, and get that set up. Matt, which resin printer would you recommend for printing full-size Iron Man helmets? Definitely these 2 right here, the Anycubic M3 Max or the Frozen Sonic Mega 8K. Probably the Mega 8K is a little bit of a better machine to do that because you can print it in a larger part. But essentially, any printer will do that. And the cool thing about resin is you can resin weld parts together. You don't have to use super glue. I wish I could have showed off the helmet that I just did on the Mega 8K. It was essentially a Halo Samurai helmet, a Halo Infinite Samurai helmet by Yosh Studios, I think it was, or Yosh Industries, whatever it was. And I essentially printed that in 2 parts and got it all set up. So I just leveled my Saturn S 3 times. See, that is exactly why I'm not a big fan of those pop sockets. All these printers that I have in my print farm, I've leveled 1 time. That's it. I have a printer that's 3 years old. I've leveled it 1 time. The next closest one that would be the oldest would be the Hallett Sky, which is about a 1.5 years old. And again, I leveled it once. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of the Yellow Goo products or those pop socket ones like the old Anycubic used to have. So, let's see. How do you resin weld? I tried and failed miserably. So we're going to try and resin weld these together. I don't know if it's going to work, but worth a shot. And, we can try and get some pieces on here. In fact, maybe I'll try and do that right now for you guys, if I can, if it'll let me. Might have failed miserably on this, but okay. So essentially, we have our end here. I'm going to try and get all these supports off and everything. And essentially, we have our link here that is broken. I can see the link inside there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a flashlight in there properly, but we'll try and take a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and dip this really quick in the resin. And I'm going to show you guys how to resin weld it really quick. If we can get away with it, if it'll let me. So you're going to take a UV flashlight. This is a little bit higher than normal. It's I think this is at 395, so it burns a little bit. So if you're using white resin, just be careful with it if you're going to try and keep it white. I'm using a 3D pen to weld my dragon back together. I also have a SLA 3D pen too. I know I've talked about that. So thank you for the likes. Don't forget to follow. That is one thing. Like I said, if we get to 10K followers, I'm going to do a giveaway. I definitely will, 100%. Sure, the wishing work of the parts have been cured once already. All right, so this is going to be kind of hard to do with one hand. I should probably set up some sort of thing to get it to stick a little bit better. But essentially, we're going to push it together. Push it real good. Do, 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 do. And there we go. Resin welded. All set. All done. Simple as that. Not 100% how I wanted it, but it works. So, but there you go. That's resin welding. Simple as that. Boom. I think that's my problem. The IB light isn't of that strong. So it doesn't really matter. As long as it's a 405 NM light, you should be okay. So that was cool. Yeah, that's as simple as it goes for resin welding. You guys may have seen me on a live stream before resin welding this print. So since you guys want to see some cool prints off, I'll show this off. So this was, his head was separated, his arms, his hands, this little thing, which is like his drink or a bomb or something, his entire torso part, his feet, his legs, his tail, his weapons. This was in 3 different parts. And basically all we did is we just kind of resin welded it, and that's why you see some parts are a little shinier than others, and that's because we're essentially over curing it. So here's a part that you can really see. So for those in YouTube land, that's what we did for resin welding together. And we still got to actually finish them, so maybe we'll try and finish them tonight. But essentially, he sits on a cloud, and again, we have some issues with the print because when I was printing this, the temperatures were fluctuating, so we had some parts rip away and stuff like that. So we have some holes in it that we need to fill up really quickly. This is a hollowed print to save some space and time, but that sits on that, and then there's another base which I have no idea what happened to it. Oh, there it is. And then we put it on like that and like that, and there we go. Really, really awesome print. Now there is one that I saw yesterday that I want to try and find if somebody made a print of it. But essentially, it's a Shogun version of like a Stormtrooper or what's his name, Boba Fett, or I think they had Darth Vader even. So sorry, predictive text jinx. All right, so yeah, don't forget to like and follow. Every little bit helps. And like I said, if you guys want to join us on YouTube ever, or Twitch, or Twitter, or Facebook, I run the Facebook group called 3D Printing for Noobs. You guys are more than welcome to come in there and join. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's Akuma Mods, pretty much on all platforms. So what do you adhere your prints with? Resin. Like we just did. We just took this tail piece and we put it back together. So, and again, it came off because I didn't properly resin weld it. So, but essentially that's what we do. That's all we have to do. Just resin weld it together. Boom. There's a little part in there. All I have to do is just get that little part and connect it, and we're good. Great place. Thank you very much. That is my pride and joy. That is what made me who I am. I love resin, but it's so frustrating sometimes. I agree. And it could be something very, very simple, but I will say this. 99%, no, not even 99, 98% of the time, it's user error if a resin print fails. Okay? The other 2% of the time is a machine error, which is very, very rare. Out of the 35 plus resin machines that I've had, I probably had one that was majorly bad, that was like unfixable at the time. And I'll chalk that up to just inexperience, because at the time I didn't know anything about resin printing. That was 2.5 years ago. That was a Trunksy Ultrabot. Really cool looking printer, but yeah, it wasn't that great out of the box. And they tried blaming me on it. that I was doing something wrong, and I'm like, I kind of know what I'm doing, but not 100%. So, NFEP is not my favorite. It's actually a lot better for like the unsticking, the unadhesionish, however you want to call that. So that dragon is massive. Yeah, so this comes in at 12.5 feet long. So we're gonna sit here and kind of clean this up. I'm gonna switch you guys back over to the Logitech here, kind of clean it up a little bit. All right, so let me put you guys back here. And that way you guys can see everything that's going on. I'm so afraid that I'm gonna fall forward on this because, like I said, my chair is all lopsided. It's busted. Well, thank you for the roses, sir. That's so kind of you. And thank you for whatever that is. I don't know what that is. I didn't mean to throw all that stuff out. I could still use that. So anyway, let's try and take some of these supports off of here. Actually, you know what? We might need that just to block off all these supports. There we go. So we can actually work. I'll use that for other stuff. Let's find an end to work on. Oh. Suction. Yes, there we go. Release. Release or suction. We came back. How's it going? So it's already finished. We did destroy it 1 or 2 times. As you can see, this was a complete and utter failure because the ring printed, but it printed like in half. So that was a major failure. That one might actually be semi-easy to fix really quickly. But you can, oh, I see why it failed. Oh. There was a piece of resin from the previous resin I had in there. I didn't clean out my vat. I didn't clean it out properly. And it got in between there, and it didn't like that very much. I thought I got it. I guess I didn't get all of the pieces. I seen one in there. Damn it. So that one was my fault. 100%. Yes, I do have glow-in-the-dark resin. In fact, we did a print, and this isn't the only one that I'm going to do, but this one was suggested by Sith Lord Brit to make, and it's something that I kind of had on my mind to make for a while because my daughter loves it, and that is the Heart of Tafiti. You can't really see it right now, but I'm sure if I turn off the lights, it'll be, check out the lights. Turn off the lights. It's expensive. Yes, it is insanely expensive. But I mean, if you are looking for a unique print on resin, definitely go with glow in the dark. You will not regret it. Now, that stuff that I'm using is Monicure 3D's glow in the dark, and unlike the previous glow in the dark that I worked with, which was Litcrete Hazard Glow, it does not settle. So I've had it sitting in there for a couple of days, and it is not settled. So it's very, very good. Someday I'll master our resin printers. For now, they just look cool in the office. Oh, that's sad. That's like a horror story. I'd like some Resin. What is that? Resin? Human error? Seeing as Akuma mods is avoiding the Saturn question, I'll stop. I did not see the Saturn. Oh, Saturn 2 8K. Any thoughts? It's going to be just as disastrous as the Jupiter, in my opinion. But you know what? That's something I'm not even going to try and touch on because the fanboys are going to like it anyway. But essentially, it's a day late and a dollar short for them. Frozen has already cornered that market and are already in the process of making, what, in my opinion, a better printer all around. So just as usual. So, oh, you really think? Yes, I really think that. The Jupiter still is not shipped fully out. And that's almost going to be a year. A year. You're a manufacturer of 3D printers. How do you back up a year of 3D printing? Like, that's crazy. And if they do Kickstarter, like, nobody should really back Kickstarter when they are a known 3D printer manufacturer. And I'll be honest, Elegoo doesn't actually make their printers. If anybody knows anything about the internal workings of printing, a lot of manufacturers don't make their printers. Case in point, Creality doesn't really make a lot of printers that they have on the market nowadays. And I kind of touched based on that, and I confirmed it on who makes it. And yeah, I know that they don't make it. It's the same manufacturer that makes like Focus printers. It is the same manufacturer that makes, there's another one that starts with a D, like Debo or something like that. Yes, like the 80s band Debo. So, core management and marketing. Marketing is great. They're just as good marketing as Creality is, but their management, yes, is horrendous. But hey, they got great customer service. But that's about all I'm going to put Elegoo down for. So. My experience with Elegoo is just disastrous. They're my under threes of resin printers. So, I mean, Creality sent the Anycubic printer as a gift. That's a weird one. That weird flex, but all right. Not the old game Bee-Boo. Yeah, they just killed the Jupiter. Yeah, so Anycubic purposely put out the M3 at the price range that they did. The M3 Max specifically. They purposely put it out with the intention to kill the Jupiter, and essentially they did it right. I was never a big fan of Anycubic until that started happening. Pretty much up until the Viper. The Viper is when Anycubic started turning their stuff around, and then they came out with a whole new slew of, this is what we're going to do with our printers from now on, and now Anycubic is a completely different beast. And Anycubic, basically, you can thank for bringing resin printers to the consumer market. They were the first ones with their Anycubic Photon, and shortly after the Photon S, but at that time, Elegoo was starting to come into the market, and they just had a price point that couldn't be beat. So, but essentially, the Elegoo is originally a Calent Orbit or a Calent D100. You can look that up. The same thing goes for a Saturn. The Saturn is the Calent S400. The original Saturn, that was a 2K screen when they first set it out to all the reviewers. And then the S500 came out from Calent, and they were like, "Oh, you guys got a 4K screen? Let's put that in a Saturn and sell it as the best, resin printer on the market." And it was, because they didn't make it. They didn't need to. Calent made it. Now, I don't know who makes the Jupiter for them. I want to say it's Magforms, but I could be wrong. I haven't 100% gotten that down. But to talk in reality about it, the Jupiter that you all know and love was handed to him on a silver platter. If you guys remember, they had a deal with a company called Santori in the UK, right? It was for the VL 2800. And essentially, something happened terribly with that Kickstarter, and Elegoo was going to do all the marketing side for them and share it out. And that's what they did. And it went south. I don't know what happened. I don't really care to know what happened, but if somebody really wanted to know, I'm sure I can dig around and find out. But essentially, that's what the Saturn or the Jupiter is the original Santori VL 2800. All they did was just take it, dumb it down with a cheaper board, and remove some of the nicer features on it to make it more budget friendly, and called it their own. Because if you guys remember the original post of the original Jupiter, it was essentially a large machine that was about the size of the Anycubic, but it was all it was essentially a Calent S400, just on a larger scale. It was all acrylic, the whole thing. You guys can look back on posts and find the original Jupiter, and you'll see how drastically it changed when all that went down, because they had all these parts, they had a contract that they needed to fulfill, and they were just kind of like screwed. And so they made it their Jupiter. Not saying it's a bad thing. That's why it's a really nice printer for once. But my experience with Elegoo has been subpar at best. But they have great customer service. So I'm sure people are messaging me, and I can't get to it right now because my hands are filled with resin. But yeah, it is a shit show. There's so many people still waiting for it. And one of my followers, he's like, yeah, I gotta wait until August. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I should just cancel my order now and buy 2 M3s, M3 photons, and have a bigger printer with the same stuff. The only difference is it doesn't have a light. But yeah, essentially that's what it is. But hey, it looked nice, but I never said bye to me. Yeah, any cubic or mega, that's a hard choice. In my opinion, the mega. I personally like Frozen as a company. Any cubic, I'm not 100% sold on because their customer support is still so-so. But Frozen have been fantastic. Their biggest downfall out of anything is shipping from their manufacturer, and that's due because of China. So Frozen is based out of Taiwan, and if anybody knows anything about what's going on in the Chinese Taiwan industry type stuff, China is basically strong-arming Taiwan to become part of them, and they're doing everything in their power to make it that way. So, and that's including making shipping costs for businesses very, very high. And so that's one of the unfortunate downsides of that. And I'll touch a little bit more on that at a later time when I can. But essentially, I will tell you that's one of the reasons why Elegoo was able to get their hands on an 8K screen, because of Frozen. Not intentionally, but because otherwise they probably would have been behind. I mean, look, it took most manufacturers to catch up to 4K a year later, after the Sonic Mini 4K was out. It took everybody a year because Frozen manufactures their LCDs. Nobody else manufactures them for them, unlike everybody else. So, but anyway, that's just me ranting and raving now. We lost everybody. See what happens when I start talking? If Elegoo actually flies me out, we will get some inside info. Hey, no, I'm down. I'll be honest, I'm not that worried about it. I kind of know the inner workings of that whole deal. So Elegoo is an entity, but if you guys know who Elegoo is from the get-go, they essentially made Arduino packs for people. That's where they got their start. So they didn't make 3D printers. But they saw that Calent was struggling, who was a Russian-based company, actually, and said, hey, let's make a deal, and we'll take some of your printers and rebrand them as this and sell them as is. And that's why Calent doesn't really need to sell anything. In fact, I have a Mars 3 2K screen sitting in the back there. It's essentially a Calent C60. So, but yeah. Do I find it in Shitu box or Lychee? What are you looking for? I'm not sure what that was. So with FDM, you can space supports for easier removal. Is this a feature with Resin, and if so, where? I haven't tried it, but I'm pretty sure there is. I'm not sure about the free versions, but hey. I've only been the resin printing for 3 years. Got an Mars to start off with, but won't get a new one. But there are so many out there. I don't know which one to go for. So for me personally, I like the oddball ones, but not everybody's going to like that because there's no support if something is going wrong. Like case in point, the best printer out there for the money is a printer called the Uniformation GK1, but I don't really suggest that too often to people because there's no community support behind it. There's very little support from the manufacturer behind it. Even though they are very good, it's just the fact that you're on their time. So it's not like they have worldwide support type thing because they're still a fairly new company. But essentially, it's a industrial printer at a $700 price range, and it's a 10-inch screen. So I have it right back there. It's right behind me, and it is a great printer. It's essentially comparable to my Reebox printer, which I've had for about 3 years, and it is my best printer. And unfortunately, I think I gotta start putting it out to the pasture because it's an older printer. So. Have you ever considered building a Voron? So Voron, one of the creators of the Voron, reached out to me a while ago and asked me if I wanted one, and I said, sure, why not? We'll go down that disastrous path, and I haven't heard from him since. So I'm not somebody who's gonna go out and say, hey, let's chat with that and see what goes on, unless somebody presses the matter and was like, hey, can you do a review on this? Okay, well, let's take a look at that, and then I'll ask them. But it's very rare that I'll even do that. I just let it be. Like, you reached out to me, I'm not reaching out to you. I'm not going to press the matter. You guys just get to it when you can. The same thing kind of happened with the under 3 belt kits. The guy I think he's based out of Argentina. He essentially turns an under 3 into a belt printer for very, very cheap. So essentially, you have a belt printer for less than, I think, $600 when it's all said and done. And yeah, we talked for a little bit, and he's like, "Let me get these orders out, and then I'll get at you and go from there." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I haven't heard from him since. But again, I'm not going to press the matter. First off, it's not something that I'm really super interested in because I want to get rid of this under 3 that I have. Because it's sitting here and I need room for the new Prusa that I got. So let's see. I mean, a light is nice, but not enough to go. I'll have that. I have a few, but only recent started using my resin. What do you use the printers for mostly? So you're asking Kelly. Never mind. Frozen are the leaders in the 8K printers currently. I'd say absolutely. They will be once the Mighty actually comes out. They will have all of their line as 8K. So, and then they have their dental side, which is even more insane. But they decided to go down the 8K path instead of the DLP path because they knew the issues with DLP that are currently plaguing the Anycubic Ultra, which are voxels stuff. What's up? What's up, Graybeard? Let's see here. Just got a Frozen 8K Mini after waiting for a while. Do you have any suggestions? Will you be making videos with that one? So I was going to make a video with the Mini 8K. I was told by Frozen to hold off on that for a little bit. And yeah. Did I get a haircut? A while back. I just tend to, slick my hair back whenever I decide I want to. Some days are lazy, some days are not. But essentially, when I went and got my haircut, I'm like, I usually have it parted the way I do, but I'm like, I want it specifically cut, kind of like a Tony Stark haircut. I wanted that. So thank you for the likes, by the way. You're extraordinary. What's up, buddy? That's extraordinarily nice. God, dad jokes galore. Anyway, yeah, I will be making videos, and I mean, I have a bunch of stuff that I got to show off, so you're going to see a lot of TikToks with it in the next, month or so. Not even a month, in the next couple weeks. because I need to get these prints going, show them off, show off the artists, because I basically went on a miniature rant, not a rant, but like I went looking for miniatures, which I usually don't print, but I was like, you know what? A lot of people ask me to print stuff like that and show it off, and I'm not really big on it. I wanted miniatures that, you know, maybe I would keep or somebody I can give to. And I found some cool ones by some unknown artists or not very big artists in the community. I'm like, you know, that was another thing that I wanted to try and touch on with videos, is kind of support the small people, the underdogs, who make some really cool prints, but just don't get the exposure that they deserve. You know, like sure, I'd still like to print Hex 3D and Loop Studios and things like that, but it's like everybody does that. I'm not that type of person. I always have been that type of person where it's like I'm going to go out of my way to do something different, and that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, but I found some really cool ones that are very unique and I liked personally. So, well, I'm building a train model rail, and I use it mostly for 00 gauge prints. Ooh, wow, okay. Frozen has the Mega 8K and the Mini 8K and the Mighty 8K, which I own all three, just waiting on the Mighty 8K. I agree, I'm waiting on that as well. But they are the best for details, which would sound like a good thing for your model trains. Yes, I agree. I want to see more stuff on your chocolate printer. I know, and I've been trying to like mess with that, and it's not working the way that I want it to. And I thought it was the chocolate, because for the longest time that I had it, I was using milk chocolate. And they're like, no, the melting point on milk chocolate is not great for that printer. And I'm like, well, that's all I eat. I don't eat dark chocolate. I don't eat white chocolate or anything. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just go and get dark chocolate. My wife will eat it if need be, or my kids, or what have you. But I'm still having kind of issues with it. I need some time to actually sit down and dial it in and look at some things and learn how to do it, because there's a process I'm sure I'm missing that I'm just like overlooking, and it's killing my vibe, man. But yeah, we will get some more of that. I know I stitched a couple videos on TikTok about it a while back, so I need to get on it. And also, Weebox has been kind of getting on me about their chocolate extruder that I have on the Under 3, which has been a disaster so far. So, the uniformation isn't hit or miss on Amazon. Got to be lucky. Really? Usually they're pretty good about keeping them stocked for most of the time. At least when I look. Like, you could probably go on there right now. So, cool. Can you tag me in it if you can? Oh, you're talking about the brawler. Akuma mods, they told you hold back on the mini AK vids. Yes and no. So we kind of agreed to hold off on it for a little bit, just a little. I mean, my when I say vids, I mean like the review video, which is why you guys haven't seen a review video for me in a while. Not only that, just because of everything that's been happening in life here, and with my, I guess, mental health stuff. Not like anything bad mental health, but it's just the fact that like waiting on diagnosis to find out what's going on with that, what I have, which I know now, and then just, you know, switching jobs here and there, and just trying to find that free time that I can actually sit down and make some content. You know, I'm gonna try and do that, but we'll probably have a video on either the Hallet 1 Plus or the Hallet Lite here soon, or maybe even the Uniformation GK1, because that's all stuff that's been sitting here in the backlog for a while. So, so Frozen would be best. I think they're the best out of the cheaper printers, in my opinion. But I may be a little bit biased since I mostly have Frozen printers. I have the Sonic Mini 4K. I have the Sonic Mighty 4K. I have the Mini 8K. I have the Mighty 8K coming whenever they decide to start shipping them. And then the Mega 8K as well. So I may be a little bit biased on that, but they are fantastic printers, in my opinion. for the price. A second close would probably be like EPAX. They're a North Carolina company. Obviously, the printers are shipped from China, but they do all their work here and they do their support here, and it's really, really nice to have. But they do make some really, really nice printers as well. So, and the thing about Frozen is that, you know, everybody knows the Frozen printers that we all know, the 8Ks and the 4Ks, but there's also the dental side of printers that they have that not too many people know about, like the actual Sonic line, not the Sonic Mini or the Mighty or anything like that. No, like it's actually just called the Sonic. And it's specifically designed for dental. So it's a little more heavy duty, more industrial usage for consistent printing, made for a little bit better resins and has some better features, things like that. So EPAX is a little bit more expensive, but again, you're essentially paying for the support that you get with them. That's the take you get from them. Yeah, print the meat. So that printer will actually probably print meat if I put the right nozzle on it. In the brochure, you can print mashed potatoes with it. Well, not print them, but like you can put mashed potatoes through it and it'll print something out for you. So I don't see why I couldn't print meat through it. Anything that is like a ground up substance, you could put through that. But yes, EPAX, like for you non-stick, EPAX would be kind of expensive. So, but for us in the States, you know, it might be a comparable competitor. So, and they do have an 8K as well. They're one of the only other ones that has an 8K like medium-sized printer. So now looking at this Dragon, we actually had quite a few failures on this Dragon. And I don't think it's support issues. I think it's just the resin. Just by the way that it looks. So, what are you saying? That things to ship over there are very, very expensive? For the record, I found your channel by chance and have been watching since the beginning. You're doing a great job. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very, very rare to hear that somebody found my channel. That lets me know that I'm doing something right, at least. So, cat food had me rolling hard. I'll be honest. I've tried, you know, like the vegan food. My friend, she was very big into the what the hell was it? It was like vegan breakfast sausage or something like that. And she made it. And she didn't tell me what it was. And I tasted it. And I'm like, this isn't bad, but it tastes off. I'm like, this isn't what you say it is. And she started laughing. I'm like, is this your vegan crap? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, that would explain why it tastes. It has a weird taste, and it just has a horrible aftertaste. And I was just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm done. I'm a meatitarian. There's no way you can take that away from me. I'm sorry. Born and raised on meat, I don't think it'll ever go away. So, my kids, they love vegetables. So, what's up, buddy? That's exciting. Got to get that Prusa open at some point. Yeah, like I said, we got to get rid of this Ender 3 because that's where I'm going to put it. I'm an omnivore. No, I'm a meatitarian, 100%. If you gave me the choice between greens and meat, yeah, I'd probably go for meat. I love my meat. Don't make that a sound. Do I ever sleep? Yeah, I do. I swear I do. I'm not a vampire. A vampire, bro. Thankfully, I chose the bigger end of this dragon to remove these supports, because I'm gonna have to finish this and then take off everything. Yeah, so talking about sleep, I actually start a new job tomorrow, so I got to actually go to bed at a semi-decent time tonight. So I'll probably head off here at like 12 o'clock from the print room here. But this live stream, I'm basically going to finish taking off as much supports as I possibly can from here. And then I'm going to set a regular print on the Mega and try and actually do the challenge. So, because like I said, we scaled this up to 100%, which was insane. Get to bed! Sound like my mother. Get to bed! That's what she used to say. Mach schnell, meine kleine Engelbengel. And yes, that's German for those who don't know. Hello, Greg. Hello, Greg. I recently got into resin printing and have an Anycubic Photon 4K, and a lot of my prints fail. Have you done a resin exposure calibration print? If you haven't, search on Facebook for Frozen 3D. Go to their Facebook page and find a post that they put up about a calibration print. Go ahead and download that, and go ahead and get the file printed flat on the plate, and send me your results via DM or through email, akumamax84@gmail.com. So, you were German? No, I am German. I'm mostly German. I'm about 94% German. And the rest is Norwegian. Yes, I am German. Was ist los? Guten Morgen. Guten Tag. Also, I am not from Germany originally. I am born and raised in the good old USA, but I do have family that is over in Germany. I just have never seen them. We've never went over because we never had that type of money to go and see the cousins and the uncles that live in Germany. But I know they live in Stuttgart, somewhere over there, in a little town by Stuttgart. This is very nice. But I know how to talk like a German that has an American accent. This is very good. Yeah. Today wasn't great for printing. Ender 3 is failing. Well, I mean, isn't that every day? Sorry, I had to. Search for Frozen. So it's actually Frozen with a P. P-H-O... Now you have me thinking. P-H-R-O-Z-E-N. And look for a post that says XP Calibration Tool. Frozen 3D. Please talk to Matt German like that. I'm pretty sure I have talked to him like that when we first started chatting, because I told him I'm German as well. Because that was at the time when I used to call him Matt Germain. So, all right. So this is pretty much done. We just need to throw it in a bath and get it all cleaned up here and there. But essentially, all the supports are removed from it. Well, as many as I can get. There's still a few stragglers here and there. By the way, Britt, since you're on, here is the Heart of Tafiti in glow in the dark. Should we turn off the lights and see if it'll glow? Check out the beep on my DJ results. Ice, ice. Thank you for the ice cream. Ice cream, ice cream. Tutti fucking fruity. The same modded I did from TH3D. It's literally every day. Hey, that's exactly why I have a shirt that says "Days Without Print Failure." How long is your dragon? So what it was 60 and 90 inches. So in total, it was 150 inches total. So what that was 12 and a half feet. I think somebody calculated that. I don't math. So, but yeah, 150 inches. So, oh, and I missed that, but I do remember how you used to call him. Yep, Matt Germain. Here, let's see if we can get this going. It's too bright still. Yeah. Still got too much light. Plus, we need to actually charge it with the UV light, and I haven't cured this yet, so it needs to be cured before we do that. Come on, we all know who is going to win anyways. So technically, that's not the only winner that I'm going to print something. So we're gonna choose another person anyway. So, but I did have that already, that file. I'll be honest. So it was kind of like, all right, I already am gonna do it anyway because my daughter loves Moana. Like right now, she just went to bed, and what we do is on Alexa we play that song. We play the soundtrack for to go to bed to. So not printing really this weekend. No, I was printing a little bit this weekend, just not 100%. This is more or less what's been printing, and for you guys that didn't know and that are coming in kind of late, there is another dragon printing 200%, but on FDM, and it's about 20% in. We have 68 hours, I think it was, printing with 20% in. So 201 hour print. So I think that was a week. Sorry. Oh, sorry, meant me. Okay. Yeah, no, I understand that. I mean that comes with the territory. Just like that glow in the dark. I didn't know what to print. Like I had the Heart of Tafiti. That was the only one that I wanted. But over 70 hours now. Yeah. Well, no, it's close to 70. Close to 70. It might be right there, or it might be over. Who knows? I know. Because when I showed it, it was at 60 something. But yeah. So hopefully that one doesn't break. But again, the same thing. It's not expired resin that we're using. It's expired filaments in a way. So it's Amazon return filaments that have been opened that we're going to be using. So an articulating eel. Interesting. See, and this is the big problem that I have with TikTok too, is the fact that everybody wants this and this and that, and the problem is I don't really print a lot of knickknack things. Like I print things that I'm going to keep if I do print something like that. It's very rare that I'll print something that that either I'm not going to be able to give to somebody, or that I'm just printing off specifically for TikTok. But I guess that just kind of comes with the territory. It's electrifying. It's electric. Yeah, so some of these pieces fused. So if I do try and do this again with some better resin, which I'm tempted to, I think like I said, I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to do the normal dragon. So far, and I guess Uncle Jesse actually did get his to print. I did not see that. I thought he had his fail, but somebody showed me a TikTok where he pulled it off. and his was 11 feet long. It was insane. I'm off to La La Land. May the force be with you. Out. All right, Britt, have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. Next time, be on time. I did not watch it, but apparently someone called Sam for the UK. Should have been the winner, but Ukraine got the sympathy vote. Sympathy vote? What was that? So if you take an STL and NetFab for repairs, would that help the fusing? No. No. Fusing has to do with overcuring, most likely. So what most likely happened is there was too many supports in that area, and essentially one of the supports fused to the print too well. I can try and break it free if I maybe put some isopropyl alcohol in it, but I can clearly tell that, like I said, this is expired resin, so I'm amazed that this even printed. That's one of the downfalls with expired resin is you have to make sure you can constantly mix it up because the resin properties tend to lose their properties over time, and that's why they call it expired resin. So in reality, expired resin should really be used to either use for UV welding, resin welding, or use it as small additives here and there. So let's say I'm printing with gray or whatnot, and I need to add in some resin. Okay, then you go ahead and do that. That's more or less what that should be used for. It should not be used for printing straight, because most likely the print's going to be compromised in some way, shape, or form, and this dragon clearly shows that. And I can show off some examples of that once it's all cleaned up and ready to go. But I kind of knew that already from using some old Anycubic expired resin back in the day. I've seen what can happen with it. This stuff isn't as bad as the Anycubic was, but you can clearly see that there are some weird failures on it. So. Gotcha. Wasn't sure if it fuses. No. So that was the other thing that made the legs break on this model specifically, because the way that the legs are made on this model are basically a peg, and it's through and through. That is going to fuse because there's no way to get proper supports inside there without basically destroying something. So it was a no-win situation regardless. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you for all the likes. We are at 118,000 likes. That is insane. Insanity! By the way, if you guys aren't following, go ahead and click that follow button. I just announced today that if we get to 10,000 followers, we will be doing a resin printer package giveaway. It'll be a package that I choose that I think is going to be the best bang for your buck to get you resin printing right out of the box. And yes, it'll probably be a fairly bigger printer, not a smaller one. I originally thought maybe a small one, but I think a medium-sized printer might be good, if not a little bit bigger. You know, maybe something like a Mono X, since they're really cheap right now. And who knows? Maybe I'll let one of my printers go. At that point, I should have stopped and reset. Mine was failed when I had a layer shift. Yeah. I'm waiting for that thing to fail because I hear it click every time that extruder comes on. And I'm just like, this is going to be a disaster. But again, I'm expecting it to be kind of okay. Because, like I said, that is Amazon return filament, so it's open box, used filament. It's the bigger used filament, so it's still got a good amount left on it, but it definitely is a used roll, both of those that are on there. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, crazy cheap for the size. We'll say no more than PMSL. I don't know what that is. I don't know. How's it going? What's up, X? Yeah, it trips me out each time I hear it like something broke. Yeah. That's literally like how I feel every time I hear it. I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. PMS. Pissing myself laughing. Wow. That's a new one to me. I've never heard that before. So you started the next print, it's going to take 1.6 days. Not bad. Not bad at all. No, PMS is something else. Yes, I know what PMS is. I do have a wife. So what was the overall size of your print? What, it was 12 and a half feet? It's 150 inches. What's going on? How'd it go? I killed it. It broke into pieces. So, but no worries. We can always try and fix it. We will fix it. Do or do not. There is no try. Still going strong on the live. Yeah, I'm finishing up here in a little bit. We'll probably cut out here in the next 15 minutes or so, I'm guessing. So, I'll probably be done around that time. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I mean, to be in all honesty, it's kind of expected. It was everyone expired resin, so I wasn't really expecting it to print at all, and it did print. But you can clearly see that there's some issues with the actual print. Then, to top it all off, I forgot I have the older model of the Cinderwing Dragon, which has the through hole for the legs, and basically those fused and snapped while they were printing, or they didn't print at all, and that's why they snapped, because it's a through hole system that it's literally printing in air. So it's kind of hard to do that. So that was going to fail regardless. How did you say to sign up for the contest? What contest? For the Uniformation GK1 contest? Hi, baby. You use the older file as well? Yeah, but it's a lot easier to do it on FDM than it is on Resin. Like that's an old file on the FDM. So we'll see how it turns out. Talking about the giveaway. Oh, so I haven't announced it. I got to even see it what we're at, but yeah, we got to get 10,000 followers on the on this account, on the TikTok account, in order to do that. Not likes, follows. And then I'll do an announcement video so everybody could share it out and whatnot. So you can kind of see where it failed there. You know, it did try printing it, so it was the little engine that couldn't. Octopus 3D. I got confused with all the files on the print. Not sure what you mean by that. So I use Sheet2Box pretty much exclusively. Prusa Slicer is another good one to work in. The only problem is you can't export the file to the printer. You can just work in Prusa. I use a modified version of Prusa, not Super Slicer or anything. It's a Resin one for the Uniformation GK1. So, but that's pretty much it, guys. We're all done here. Like I said, I just got to do some initial washing of this and everything and getting all the little pieces off, but that's pretty much essentially it. We failed, but we didn't fail too terribly, I'd say. We got about, what, halfway through before we had a fail. Nah, maybe like a quarter of the way in. And then the rest of it was pretty good except for the feet and the tail, which weren't too bad. So you're at 7807, so still a ways. Okay. I've been eyeballing a Frozen Mega. Well, that's definitely an awesome machine to do. So Lychee for the freebie. Look at my doggy. Yeah, where'd she go? She ran away. But that is it. We are done with that disaster for the night. Like I said, I'm going to put up a regular print. Yeah, 120,000 likes. That's awesome. I wish that was comparable to people that followed. That would be even astonishing. So, got to hit 20K. We're pretty much right there. We're at 119.9. So thank you anyways. Let's see. My Cinderwing files came zipped with old files and new files, and there was a boat ton of files. Really? That's weird. Okay. It's done. Awesome. Thank you for all the likes. Thanks for the stream, mate. I could break that like on TikTok. Checked your YouTube out today. Great content. Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, my content is definitely different. So, but that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. It is almost 10:30 here, and I gotta walk the dogs, and I'm getting pretty tired. I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow, so maybe I'll set a couple prints before I go to bed, and head out there. What YouTube? So youtube.com/Akuma mods. My name up there, if you guys can't see it. So you should join us during our community chats. When do you have community chats? I do community chats all the time. Or are you talking to somebody else? The cults file has all the files. That is true. Okay. Um, can you use Prusa for resin? Yes, you can. Yeah, there's two different setups. You just got to switch it over to the Prusa, whatever their SL1, I think it is. So that's what you're talking about. Okay. Tell Joel he's a monster. You're a monster. That would be funny if he jumped in here, though. I would laugh. I would definitely hound him and be like, Joel, what's up? Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, I thank you for jumping in on the stream. I thank you all for the amazing likes. And wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, all right. Well, I'll end the other streams, and you guys can hang on TikTok for a second. What is Akuma? Akuma is a character from Street Fighter that I absolutely fell in love with. The name is actually, I believe the name means demon. And then the sign that he has on his back, the kanji symbol, means heaven, which is kind of contradicting. But hey, I guess it works. So, is it like the last name? It's been bugging me. No, it is. He's a Street Fighter character from a video game called Akuma, and I just added mods onto it. Not my gumdrop buttons. I love that. Do you know the Resin Man? The Resin Man? The Resin Man! Street Fighter old school. Yeah, so that's essentially where everything started here. I was big into retro gaming, and I like to modify retro gaming systems and make them, essentially, with Raspberry Pis. I still can make them if I need to, but it's very rare. I still have some of the handheld systems. You guys have probably seen some of my my videos with that. And yeah, I got into video gaming pretty heavily with the Akuma on Dreamcast. Dreamcast is my favorite system of all time, followed by TurboGrafx 16. Again, both oddball systems that not too many people know about. Well, people know about Dreamcast, not TurboGrafx. So, but yeah, I fell in love as Street Fighter Alpha 3, and that was the first time I actually saw Akuma and played with him, and I was unbeatable, except for my friend Tom, who he was the only person that can beat me, but essentially nobody has ever beaten me since then, at least person to person, and for some reason it just stuck. And then I watched a show back in the day called not Mad Max, something Max, Mighty Max. Mighty Max back in the day, and for some reason it's not a very good show, but again it just kind of clicked with me, and I was like, I like that name. I like Max. I like Maximilian. That's one of my favorite names, just because it's short for Max. Like Max is a very, I guess, like powerful name to me, and I was initially went with Akuma Killer because nobody could beat me. And then I went Akuma Max because I liked Mighty Max. And then I started modding game systems, and I was like, I need a shop name. So originally it was Farmer Shop, because that's my last name, Farmers, and or Farmer. And then I was like, nah, that's too like cheesy sounding. So I was like, let's tune up the name, and so I changed it from Akuma Max to Akuma Mods. So I was going to say Mighty Max. Yep. So I always forget that. I forget the name of it, but that's essentially what it was. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Again, I thank you all for joining in and watching the disaster that it was. But it wasn't too bad. I expected it to be a lot worse. But we are going to go through that and kind of fix some things, kind of like we did with the mask. Again, this was also made with that resin as well. And if you guys can, or well, you can't really see it, but you see that scar that goes along here? You see that scar? You see that? See how it's a different color? That's essentially a giant scar that was across it. And it looked like this, where it was like a giant, like, crater. And so I filled it in with resin, and then I took a Dremel tool, and I followed the lines, and I Dremeled it out to match it. So now all it needs is, to get some paint on it. But, yeah. I don't know if we'll paint that. That's another thing that I got to get into is painting and whatnot. But yeah, so far so good. But again, thank you guys all for stopping in. And if you guys aren't following, go ahead and hit that follow button, whether it be on TikTok, on Twitch under Akuma Mods, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. If you guys are on Facebook, 3D Printing for Noobs is my group. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, thank you all, and until next time.